Hello everyone, and thank you for joining. In this lesson, we're going to discuss the basics of a DNS server. A DNS server stands for Domain Name Systems, and the functionality of this service is to translate websites into IP addresses. It allows you to have a user-friendly website names instead of using numeric IP address. Names are easier to remember than numbers. DNS use the port 53. In this picture, you see an example of a DNS functionalities. On your computer, you request a website called furbar.com. Your DNS, that is in your IP settings, provided by your DHCP server locally in your network, gives you the ability to translate this name into an IP, so you can connect to the server. The same happens with the web server. Like, let's imagine you are on your computer and you want to access udemy.com. Your local DNS sends a query to the DNS server locally on your computer, and then this server resolves the address, and then it provides you the information requested to your stream. So we're going to see a demonstration how DNS server work in a computer. For this, you need to go to your internet browser and search for an application that is called Wireshark. Select the version of your Windows. In my case, it's a 64 bits. So let's wait until this is completed so we can move forward to the steps of installing Wireshark. In the meantime, let's make sure what IP addresses and settings we are using on the computer. For this, I'm going to maximize my screen, ipconfig or to display more information about the Ethernet connections. So here we are looking for this adapter. As you can see here, my DHCP server, DNS, and my gateway is all the same, meaning that my local router is acting as a DHCP server and DNS server. So another way to check this is by opening the network adapter configuration by typing this command and going into the settings of my Wi-Fi network adapter. So here you move to IPv4, select properties, and then you can go to alternative configuration to set manual DNS settings, IP addresses, subnet, and mask. This is really useful when you are troubleshooting that if for some reason your DNS server is not resolving properly, you can test this configuration by going in advance and moving to the DNS tab, and here you can add custom DNS servers. Like I'm gonna add the Google public DNS in this case. So you just type the number, the IP address, click add, and then you click OK, and then here you leave this as OK, and then you close it. So by default right now you are only using a local DNS server in your settings. However, you can go outside to the internet without any problems. Like here in my case, when I changed the configuration, I told the adapter, instead of using the DHCP settings for the DNS server, which is the same like this one, sorry, for this one, use this one instead. So if you're having like connectivity issues with your internet service provider, you go to the settings in your router, and then from there you go to the DHCP, you go to the DNS settings, and you can add an additional DNS servers, just in case the first one failed, the second one is going to fail too, and the third one, you have a third option to go outside to the internet using that local DNS server in your router. At this point, Wireshark is downloaded, so let's proceed the installation. The process is straightforward. Just click Next. We're going to use some filters to do this. You can type Wireshark DNS filters. You need to accept this, and then here you have some questions. So I'm just gonna leave this as default, select install, and it's going to start the process for installation. So here I have some filters. We're gonna check some of the configurations that WordTrack has for us. So it's completed. So let's wait until the installation is gone. Okay, it's asking me to reboot the computer. I'm going to reboot it later.